Hey, this is Nick Nilsson, the mad scientist of muscle, and what I've got for you today here is a review of the iron neck harness. Now, as you can see by the logo written across my forehead, they send you a beanie cap with the harness. So when I'm doing neck training, I actually like to wear this hat underneath there. You don't necessarily have to, but personally I do. Now, this harness is, I'll tell you right up front, it's the best neck harness that I've had the chance to test and use, and I've used a number of them. This thing is very solidly built. It's got really good foam padding on the inside, and I'll give you a close-up on here. So you can see right there, it's got very thick padding, makes it very comfortable to use. It's also highly adjustable, so you can adjust on the top, you can adjust on the sides, you got the chin strap. Basically anywhere you want to adjust this to get a good snug fit. You don't want to necessarily get a tight fit, but a good snug fit, you're going to be able to do so. Now, in terms of how this is constructed, aside from the adjustability, you've got a variety of D-rings here, which are basically the rings that you clip either bands onto or cables onto, or loops, which I'll show you here as well. Now, you got one forward, one on the back, and one on either side. As well, you've got two lower ones for other directions of resistance. Now, literally, this is going to allow you to work resistance in any pattern or plane of movement that you can think of with your neck. Now, obviously, your neck can move in a lot of different movements, up, down, side, side, forward, backward, extension, flexion. I've even actually figured out a way to use this harness to do rotational training as well. So that's actually a really good thing to train when you're doing neck training, especially if you're in combat sports. You know, taking a shot in the face, you want to be able to absorb that force and not, you know, get injured or get knocked out. So the stronger your neck is, the better that's going to be. Now, just in general with neck training, like I said, it's great for combat sports. It's excellent for posture. If you get back pain or neck pain, strengthening the neck is going to have a lot of big benefits for you, because in my opinion and experience, a lot of pain is caused due to weakness in the muscles and supporting postural muscles. So basically, the better you can strengthen those postural muscles and neck muscles, and a lot of the postural problems happen starting at the neck. You know, you got text neck, which obviously people who are hunched over like that all day long, hours a day. If you can use a neck training piece of equipment to bring that back into better alignment, it's going to be nothing but beneficial for you. So what the neck training harness does here is allow you to work your neck pretty much anywhere. Literally, I've got basically a whole big home gym, so I can do a lot of different things with weight plates, cables, bands, and that kind of thing. But the neck harness, especially the package deal that they've got that has a bunch of things in it, is going to allow you to use the neck harness literally anywhere. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is put the harness on and show you some of the accessories that the iron neck harness comes with. So when you're putting this on, you want this logo to be towards the front. Loosen up the chin strap first, and then set that right over your head, just like so. Get it snugly fit. Get that chin strap pulled tighter. And if you need to adjust these other straps, you got, you know, the top one that can adjust. You've got side ones that can also adjust. So literally any direction you want to adjust this thing, you can. So let's get to it. If you don't have anything to anchor on, but you do have a door to anchor on, this is going to do the trick for you. So this will go either on the side of the door or over the top of the door. When it's open, you close it, and this locks into place, so it gives you something to clip onto when you're doing your neck training. Now, in terms of resistance, the place I recommend starting is using this elastic band. So this is basically a band with fabric on the outside and a band on the inside. It's got carabiners on either end, encased in rubber. Now, if you've got like a chin-up bar or any sort of poster bar, that's where this strap comes in. So kind of similar to how you use bands, you're going to use a bail hitch to attach this onto. So essentially, you're going to loop this over top and then pull through the end. This gives you something solid to clip onto. It only, like I said, I showed you the door stopper thing. This is something you can loop around any sort of post or pole or bar or object like that. allows you to attach onto there and do your training with the bands like so. So, all right, so I demonstrated clipped onto the front here. I actually moved the strap over to the back so I can get a better angle on the camera here as I'm doing the exercises. So what I'm going to do here first is some extension. So clip this onto the front carabiner or the D-ring and then stand like so. Keep your neck neutral to start. Take a little step back, get a little tension, and then like that. Now I can see as I'm doing this, I'm going to need to tighten the straps up from where they were because you want it to be snug, but you don't want a lot of space in between here. So you may find before you start using resistance that it feels snug, but once you start using resistance, you might need to tighten it up a little bit. So that's just something to be aware of as you're doing stuff like this. Now once you got it tightened up, you're ready to go. So this is a very simple neck extension exercise. You can get it set, stand back a little bit, and then once you've got it clipped like this, it makes it easy to just... So that was neck extension. You clip to the back here, step a little forward, and then you got neck flexion. And you don't necessarily need to be high up on that. You can have the thing connected to a lower spot, either behind you, below you, any different angle. You can basically experiment and find out what works best for you and what you feel best in doing. But this is a really nice exercise for working neck flexion. Now, as with anything with neck training, start with the lightest possible setting because, especially if you've never done any neck training before, I've done some neck training before, so I'm comfortable going a little bit more intense with the training. But if this is your first time doing neck training, go as light as you possibly can. Go for higher reps and kind of build up from there. That's, I mean, basically true of just about any training you're going to do. Now, same deal with these side carabiners. Now you've got the ability to do lateral neck training, whether it's to this left side or to the right side, just by how you're clipping onto this thing. So, it is super easy to use. As I alluded to prior, you can actually use this for rotational strength training as well. So what you're going to do here is same setup. If you're rotating to the left, take this left loop or the left D-ring, pull that through. Take this forehead band, go from the top and pull that through and down. And then clip it onto this D-ring over here. So you can see you're basically threading it through. Now, when doing this one, I actually like to hold one hand up here to keep this from moving up and down, so this band really sits over top of the forehead. You're not helping, but you're just keeping it in position. So now, as you can see, what I'm all going to do is turn my head. And there you have banded rotational neck training. So this is fantastic for developing specific strength for combat sports, especially if you find you're getting clocked in the face a lot and your head is whipping around. This is going to help strengthen your neck to combat that. So that's how you do rotational training. So the iron neck harness can obviously be used with free weight as well. They actually include a free weight strap that you can use with it. So what I've got here, just a simple 5-pound plate. You loop that long strap through, and then you're just going to clip that harness right onto the D-ring too. So that goes on there. This one goes on the other side. Make sure the plate is centered, and then this allows you to do, simple neck flexion exercises. If you have it clipped on here, you spin it around and you're working from the back and you're doing neck flexion. You can clip this to the side, on the one side, and do, which we'll do to demonstrate, lateral neck extension as well. Lateral flexion, I should say. And the reason I'm holding on here is because I find even when I have the straps tight on here, there is some pull, and it is going to kind of tilt. And I actually find it more comfortable to just put a hand there and not assist, but basically just maintain the position of this harness on your head rather than allowing the weight to slide it around on your head. So even if you're just basically kind of keeping it in position, you're not assisting, but you're still getting the benefit of the resistance as you're doing the exercise. Now you can use this with a regular cable weight stack as well if you got one at your home gym, or if you want to bring this to the gym to train with. And it's just a simple matter of connecting carabiners up onto the D-rings. So the exact movement is the same. Take a step back. And you can do neck extension exercises, flexion, laterals, side to side, using cable weight stack. Alright, so that is the iron neck harness and what you can do with the iron neck harness and how to use it in some of the basic exercises and movements for neck training. Now, overall, I want to give you an idea of the quality of this piece of equipment. It is very well put together. This thing is going to last you a lifetime. You would literally have to set out to ruin it in order to basically break it or have any issues with it. So you're not going to run into any problems in terms of quality on here at all. The accessories that comes with it are very well suited to giving you a lot of training options, whether you're at home, whether you're at the gym, or traveling. So if you have neck pain, or if you need postural strengthening, or if you want to strengthen your neck just in general, if you want to have a visually bigger neck to make yourself look bigger and stronger, additional neck training is fantastic. In terms of when to incorporate this into your training, personally, I like to do this basically after I've done all my heavier training. For example, if I'm doing deadlifts, I don't want to have a pre-fatigued neck for that kind of thing. I want to make sure I get everything out of the way first and then work neck training after that. Now, it also gives you the other advantage of having fully warmed up your neck, doing other training before you start doing neck movements. That being said, if you do want to do it as a completely separate exercise, a separate workout, you can absolutely do that. For example, this is the beauty of having something like this that you can use at home. You can actually set this up at home and, first thing in the morning, clip the strap on, do a few reps here, do a few reps here, side to side, strength training for 5 minutes in your neck, and you're done for the day. So it gives you the convenience and capability of training at home or anywhere. And this is especially beneficial if you train, maybe only a few times a week at the gym, and maybe you want to train your neck more frequently than that. I find for me, frequent neck training is very possible. You don't actually want to push your neck muscles to full failure. You want to actually, just like any kind of sensitive area, you want to start light and kind of build up from there, but never push to the point where you're going to hit failure on a neck training movement. I shouldn't have to say that, but I want to make sure that you know that's clearly the best way to do it. Now, in terms of training your neck from a visual point of view, having a strong looking thick neck is very beneficial. So if you're in combat sports, seeing a strong thick neck, people are going to look at that and there's an intimidation factor on there. You're not going to have the bowling ball on a celery stick look. You're going to have like the Incredible Hulk stump look, and that's going to be very intimidating for somebody in combat sports or in football, for example. Now, in terms of aesthetics, having a skinny looking pencil neck when you got like big shoulders or big chest or something, that just looks funny. I'll be honest. And the two areas that you generally will see people walking down the street, if they're wearing a short sleeve shirt, you'll see the forearms and you will see the neck. So having that visually thick neck, strong looking neck, it's going to attract attention. It's going to set you apart from everybody else walking down the street. The vast majority of people, even trainers, don't really train their neck. So if you've got a strong looking neck, that's going to set you apart right away. But this iron neck harness, fantastic piece of training equipment overall. If you want to train your neck, this is something I would highly recommend.